Hey guys, this is Mike from Beat Tech Reviews here, and today is the unboxing of an iPhone 13 in 2025. Hey guys, Mike from Beat Tech Reviews here, and again, thank you for checking out the video today. Again, I want to give a shout out to our brand affiliate partner NordVPN. Check out this quick video, and links are in the description below. Get your NordVPN for as little as $4 a month, so check it out.
A VPN, short for Virtual Private Network, is a cybersecurity tool for privacy and security. When you connect to it, a VPN creates a secure tunnel and secures data traveling between you and the VPN server. Encryption scrambles data, so to anyone outside the encrypted tunnel, the information looks like gibberish, meaning no snoops can sneak a peek at your online activity. NordVPN ensures that you can browse safely and privately in just a few clicks.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So again, today we are unboxing the iPhone 13. This is just a base model iPhone 13 that I got from Boost Mobile. Currently, this is on promotion with Boost Mobile. With a new number, you can get this phone for, I believe, $159, I believe. So they charge $99 for the phone, and then you have to pay $60 for the premium, not the premium activation, but I guess the $60 line for Boost Mobile. So I went ahead and snagged it just because, again, an iPhone under 200 bucks, that's basically a steal, especially when it's brand new. And this isn't on one of those deals where you have to, keep it on, a specific line, or if not, they charge you, etc. But anyways, thanks again for joining in on the channel, guys. Again, random unboxing, I guess, again, why an iPhone 13 in 2025? So a lot of these newer devices, again, guys, they're basically just updating the shell on the device now, in my opinion. And of course, obviously the iPhone did get rid of the notch by adding dynamic island, but this is still a very good phone to use in 2025. I still am rocking the iPhone 13 Pro, so this is actually my daily driver. I've had it since 2022, and this is probably my longest running phone that I've had in quite a while, guys. So just a heads up, even though I do a lot of Android unboxing, guys, there is a longevity with iPhones and iOS, and that's one of the reasons why I stick with them. So again, this is the Boost Mobile variant. Let's go ahead and get this unboxing going here. Again, very minimalistic design here. I'm pretty sure this just comes with a wire and the phone. That's it. You don't get a charging brick, you don't get nothing. So and one thing I do like about the 13 model as opposed to the newer models is I believe it was the last model year that allowed you to use a SIM card also. If you guys want to quote me on that, you can. But again, there is a lot of promotions going on right now as far as the iPhone 13. You have it on sale from other carriers like Metro by T-Mobile, and again, not just them, Total Wireless. Who else? Visible by Verizon also has a promotion going on. So let's go ahead and we'll ASMR this up. It feels so weird unboxing an iPhone 13, guys, in 2025. I was gonna say 2024, but this is just, again, the black color. Although the lens or whatever, this looks a little bit bluish or tinted, I guess, but the color I got is just like a regular dark black color. In the light, though, it does look a little blue, but I don't think it's the blue color. But again, on the box, it doesn't reference any other color than that. And again, it just comes with a charging cable, which this unfortunately still has lightning, so the lightning cable out of the box, and nothing really here, just little instructions. I don't even know if they do stickers anymore. I think they do not, just a SIM kit or just a SIM card. So I'm gonna assume out of the box that this is going to be eSIM, right? So this phone is eSIM compatible, but usually Boost or other prepaid devices will send the device with a SIM card. In this case, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a SIM card, so we're just gonna have to try to activate on Boost Mobile. While it's starting up here, guys, we will go ahead and go over tech specs here. So again, if you guys are nerds when it comes to text, again, check this out. It's so freaking cool to see this, by the way, guys. I'm not even kidding. So again, while we're getting it's so fast, by the way, people really a lot of people don't like iPhones, and I get it. I get why people hate on iOS, but I really I mainly use iOS as my main daily driver because I usually don't have any issues when it comes to applications failing or the phone overheating or camera quality or video quality, anything like that. And this is going to be a nice little backup device, so you might see the next set of videos recorded on this phone. But anyways, guys, this phone this phone released in the fall of 2021. I can't believe that's already been almost 4 years. We're about 3.5 years in. Came with a 6.1 inch screen, 1070 by 2532 pixels. So again, not 100% full HD, or maybe a little higher quality than full HD. A 12 megapixel main camera, and it can shoot in 4K, so 2160p. It does come with 4 gigs of RAM with the Apple A15 Bionic chip, a 3200 milliamp battery, so 3240 milliamp battery. Again, this does have wireless charging. I believe if you get one of those cases that has MagSafe, these are MagSafe compatible as well. So again, pretty crazy, guys. That this phone again is almost 4 years old, and it's probably still one of the most used devices out there today. I can't believe that I'm saying that. I mean, I'm still using mine. So again, this phone, when it came out, came out with iOS 15. So we're already on iOS 18.3. So that just shows you the longevity of the device, how long it's been out, and what's happening with it as far as that goes. So again, the Bionic chip is a hexa-core processor, clocked at 3.23 gigahertz. And again, don't quote me on that. Again, I'm just kind of reading off tech specs off the sheet here. 12 megapixel main camera with a 1.6 aperture, wide angle lens as well. So it's only got a dual camera setup. The new design did change the camera from the diagonal back over here. So for a couple years they had this big old thing where they had the 2 cameras over here, and then when the iPhone 13 came out, they're like, we're gonna do a little bit differently, and we're gonna have this stupid diagonal design, which I didn't have a problem with it. It kind of differentiated itself from like other phones, I guess. But then in 2016, I'm sorry, not 2016, 2024, last year, when the iPhone 16 came out, they decided to go back to having both cameras just vertical, I guess, not diagonal. But again, they did get rid of this, like the camera bump finally, so you just have like the 2 camera sensors there. I mean, the camera bump's still there, but it's not as big, so you don't have this big white thing there. But I guess it was kind of like a staple for the iPhone. It really didn't catch my eye too much, but it is what it is. So anyways, guys, again, this phone can shoot in 1080p at 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second, 120 and 240 frames per second in 1080p, guys. So I highly recommend, if you guys love to shoot video on your phone, get an iPhone, even get an older iPhone, just because the quality on the video is just kind of second to none when it comes to it. I mean, the only thing I can compare it to is most likely like a Google Pixel device and a Samsung Galaxy device. So really, Apple and iOS have always had great video and camera quality, and I stand by that to this day. Again, guys, it can record in HDR also. 4K, it can record 4K at 24 frames a second also, which again, if you guys are not familiar with 24 frames a second, that's more of like a kind of like a theater type shot, I guess, like a more cinematic shot that you can use when filming in 4K, right? Of course, this is only a 128 gigabyte model, so you're not really going to get a lot of memory out of it if you're shooting in 4K all the time. So I recommend always shooting in 1080p at 30 or 1080p 60 if you guys want to not hug up the memory, and then back up your files, right? If you have a Mac at home, you can use AirDrop to again upload to your Mac computer at home, and then just save the videos to that device if you plan to do any future video editing. But you can do all the video editing here on the phone with iMovie as well. So again, nothing too fancy, guys. It's an iPhone. Again, it has Face ID, right, which I'm going to get it set up right in a little bit once I get the phone set up. 15-watt charging, unfortunately, with the MagSafe, so it doesn't really have any type of like fast charging, but 15-watt charging is still pretty decent, as far as that goes. So I wouldn't complain too hard. My iPhone 13 Pro, it charges pretty fast with fast chargers regardless. and I can get like 50% battery in like 15-20 minutes. So it really just depends how long you have it connected, right? But anyways, guys, let me go ahead and get this set up, and then we'll kind of see what the iPhone looks like, with just, how do you say, the regular apps that come with it. Okay. All right, guys, so the iPhone got finished setting up here, so let's take a look here at what comes out of the gate here. So I do want to see the version of iOS that this comes with. So again, I'm just kind of looking at basic stuff here. Let's go to the general, right? That's really what I want to see here. Software update. So I'm pretty sure this needs a software update. And it looks like it does. It says iOS 18.3.2, so that it will be the newest one. I'm gonna probably do it a little bit later because I do want to get this device set up since I already got it going. As far as Boost Mobile goes, I'll go ahead and try to get that installed, or I'll try to get this phone activated. But either way, again, I didn't transfer anything. The only thing that I really transferred was like my account as far as the stuff goes. So there should be, I would say there should be no picture, but what's new in iPhotos? Okay, continue. So it might have photos, but like really, really old photos from like 2021. I think it's using like an old backup. Okay, photos you would like to send notifications. Okay, sure, why not? So yeah, a lot of these are just probably old photos from me from like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know why my phone doesn't tend to back up anymore. So again, we'll go ahead and check that out later. But for the most part, this is really what you get as far as apps go, right? Again, you get FaceTime, you get calendar, photos, the camera. Obviously, a lot of this is customizable now with the new versions of iOS. You could even change the colors of the icons here, and you can actually make the icons a little bit bigger. So I'll go ahead and be doing that. But guys, one of the reasons again why I love the iPhone is because, again, look at the fluidity of this device. Like, it's just, even though this is like 60 frames, or what do you call it, 60 hertz display, right? I believe this was when this phone came out, that the display was a 60 hertz display. And a lot of people complain about it, right? Because there's a lot of like Android phones that are a lot older as well, that have 90 to 120 hertz displays. Obviously a higher quality frame rate when it comes to gaming, and just transitioning from app to app. But I feel like with iPhone you just don't notice because it's like just so smooth. Like the phone itself is just so smooth that like it's just hard to notice any type of lag or any type of drop in that frame rate, right? So again, a lot of people complain about it, but 60 hertz is just fine. Yes, I know at the time this phone was probably like $700 when it came out. But I mean, now, 4 years, almost 4 years later, you can get this phone for under $200 on a prepaid plan, depending on where you go, right? So again, really can't complain about that. But again, the iOS design has always been kind of iconic, with the Apple logo in the middle here. Again, this specific device, aluminum shell all the way around. I didn't really get to give you guys a tour on that, but power button is over here. This, I believe, is an antenna, some sort of antenna, I guess. You got the 2 speaker grills, although I know one of them's only functional, the lightning port. You do have your volume rockers on the left, and of course the iconic, I guess, silent or mute button, right? That's a lot of people's favorite. I tend to use that a lot when I'm at work, or when I'm at other environment, and just look at how fast the screen unlocked. Ooh, okay, hold on. I don't want to use Apple Pay over here. Look at how fast the screen unlock looks. I forget that if you double tap the lock button, that you get your Apple Wallet stuff. So I do have my Apple Wallet linked up since I did add my account over here, right? But again, guys, basic Apple stuff, right? It seems like a lot, right? But a lot of these apps are helpful, like Find My iPhone, right? If you lose your phone, this app actually helps you track your phone. A lot of people, this saves them a lot of headaches. The Apple Watch app, if you decide to buy an Apple Watch, right, later on, again, it's basically set up to make it very easy for users to use. And I think, that's the one thing that people forget, is that iPhone and iOS, it's very, even though it could be very cumbersome when it comes to the look and whatnot, the usability is very, in my opinion, a lot easier to use than Android in some aspects. They make using AirPods, like the Apple AirPods, very easy to use, just like plug and play basically, where you just have to open it up, turn it on, and it works. The Apple Watch a little bit differently, but we can get into that later. But again, comes with social tools like GarageBand, right? You can create music with GarageBand, iMovie, right? It's basic video editing, but you can take video and you can cut clips, and you can literally use iMovie to edit it, right? Pages, which again, these are all like doc apps, right? You have Numbers, again. I never used this one, Freeform. I'm not 100% sure what that was, but Files app also, if you need to download like external files, you can access them through there as well. Again, basic stuff like the fitness app, iTunes Store, which iTunes Store, I feel like it's kind of dying off a little bit, but you can still go and like download your favorite songs. But Apple now has Apple Music, and I feel like they're really pushing Apple Music rather than stuff like that. So again, you can link up multiple email accounts with your mail app over here. I literally have like 5 email accounts set up. Your clock app, which again, you can add different areas of the world to see what time it is. So if I wanted to know what time it is in Tokyo, Japan, if I can spell it correctly, Tokyo, Japan. So if you guys want to know what time it is in Tokyo, Japan right now, it's about almost midnight where I am at, but it's 1:57 over there. So they're a little more than 12 hours ahead over here for us. They're about 14 hours ahead of US time, at least from where I'm living. So anyways, again, podcasts, you can listen to your favorite podcasts on Apple TV also, which is not a really app I use a lot, but again, you can watch your favorite shows or movies through there. Reminders also, Siri is still a thing, right? But once the Apple AI or whatever it's called, starts getting better, obviously they're gonna probably push Siri out. I would say in a couple of years. Not there yet, but we'll see how that goes. But again, you have your wallet account, which again you can attach your debit or credit cards to, and anywhere that accepts NFC readers, right? Apple Pay. It doesn't necessarily have to be Apple Pay, but like anywhere that has like a one of those debit card readers that has like the NFC reader on it, you should be able to pay. Like I feel like I use my iPhone 13 Pro a lot more to pay with stuff now, especially now that I'm able to do it at work and like at other locations, right? Like at restaurants and whatnot. It's just very convenient. Instead of me having to get my wallet out, I just literally double tap the power button. It asks you which card you want to use. You just pick the card and then you go from there. So again, guys, just a small video for you guys here. Again, I'll try to get a follow-up video on the iPhone 13. Probably get a case for it, right? Because I don't have any cases for it. I might have an old case sitting around somewhere. I might have to look for that. But in any case, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Please smash the like button if you can. If you guys can, also comment down below. YouTube does look for engagement, so the more engagement my video gets, the better. So again, guys, check it out. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time, okay?